Good afternoon. Unit 2 Digital Design and Issues Part 1. So first we will see the sequential circuit design. Before going to the design, we will see what is sequential circuit. So what is sequential circuit? A sequential system is a digital system where the value of the output at any time, that is t, depends on the value of the input at that time t, and on previous value of input and output. So at least one feedback is present between input and output. Here, memory element is required to store the previous value of input and output. Thus, when sequential machine design is to be carried out, two inputs, that is present and previous, and the output after processing both the inputs as per condition must be considered. So sequential circuit consists of next state logic element, memory element, and output logic. Now what is next state logic? The next state logic is a combinational circuit which accepts digital signal from the external input and from output of memory element and generate signal for output logic and for input to memory element, referred to as a excitation. And memory element means memory element is some medium in which one bit of the information, that is 1 or 0, can be stored or retained until necessary, and thereafter its contents can be replaced by new value. The content of the memory element can be changed by the output of combinational circuit which are connected to the input. The output logic is a combinational circuit which perform some operation on external input and memory output to generate the external output. And external output, that is a final of sequential circuit, depends on external input and the present contents of the memory element. present content of the memory element is nothing but the present state of the circuit or the system. The new contents of the memory elements are referred as the next state. The next state depends on the present state and external input. Thus, output of any sequential circuit is the function of sequence of input and internal state. The example of sequential circuits are flip-flop, register, counters, etc. Then the classification of sequential circuit. The sequential circuits are classified broadly into two types, that is asynchronous and synchronous, depending on the timing of their signal. So first type is asynchronous sequential circuit. A sequential circuit for which its output depend on the sequence in which the input signal change is referred to as a asynchronous sequential circuit. For such a circuit, the output will get affected whenever input changes. Commonly used memory elements in these circuits are time delay devices. These can be regarded as a combinational circuit with feedback. They does not require a clock pulse. The combinational circuit and memory element thus form a building block for sequential circuit. Asynchronous sequential circuit design is comparatively difficult to design. Then synchronous sequential circuit. A sequential circuit of whom behavior depends on the knowledge of its signal at a discrete instant of time is referred as synchronous sequential circuit. Here in such a circuit the memory element gets affected, Here in such a circuit memory elements get affected only at the discrete instant of time. The synchronization is achieved by timing device known as system clock, which generate a periodic train of clock pulses. The output of synchronous sequential circuit get affected only with the application of such a clock pulse. This clock signal is nothing but the command signal which causes the memory element, that is flip-flop, to read and store the code at its output. So synchronous circuit are also known as clocked sequential circuit and gain considerable domination and wide popularity. The design of synchronous circuit is more simple as compared to a synchronous circuit. So sequential circuit consists of a combinational circuit which produces output and a feedback signal. Here we use a JK flip-flop for the feedback circuit. So simple counter example using JK flip-flop is considered here, which provide a alternative counter design. So we know that the output need to know the input combination that produces this output and use an excitation table which is built from the truth table. So here truth table for the JK flip-flop is given and the excitation table for the JK flip-flop is given here. Next, we have to build a design table which consists of current state output, next state output and JK input for each flip-flop. So what is current state, next state we have already seen. Then the binary counter example, that is 3-bit binary counter, 3 JK flip-flop are needed. Current state and next state output are 3 bits each and 3 pair of JK inputs. Then here is a table for a design table for the binary counter example. Here present state, next state and JK flip-flop input is considered. For the 3 flip-flops they have JA, KA, JB, KB and JC, KC. Then here we use a K map to simplify the expression for the JK input. So here K map is used. Next, here is the final circuit for the binary counter example. So compare this design with the synchronous counter design. 3 JK flip-flops are considered here. Next point is the timing consideration. So it should be noted that the timing consideration in sequential circuit, it should be noted that there are three important timings constraint, or we can say specification, are to be considered in sequential circuit, that is setup time, hold time, and propagation delay. So what is setup time? The definition of the setup time is that the time required for the input data to settle in before the triggering age of the clock. For example, for D flip-flop, the D input must be stable for certain amount of time before the active age of the clock, and this time period is called as the setup time. If the setup time specification is ignored, unpredictable behavior like missed data and possible partial transient output can be expected. Now, what is hold time? The definition of hold time is that the time required for the data to remain stable after the triggering age of the clock. For example, for D flip-flop, the D input must be stable for a certain amount of time after the active age of the clock, and this time period is called as hold time. Now, what is propagation delay? The propagation delay is the time difference between the propagation delay is the difference between the time the clock changes to the time output Q changes, and it is for low to high transition in Q. For high to low transition it is T. Then the next point is FSM. The next point is FSM. So what is FSM? FSM means finite state machine. So it is a machine which has many states and it has a logical way of changing from one state to other under guiding rules. So a finite state machine is a type of sequential circuit which is designed to sequence through a specific pattern of finite state in predetermined sequential manner. Every FSM basically consists of three parts, that is sequential current state register, combinational next state logic and combinational output logic. So, what is sequential current state register? The register, which is a set of n bit flip-flop clocked by a single clock signal. It is used to hold the state vector, that is the current state of the FSM. A state vector with the length of n bit has 2n possible binary patterns. It has 2n possible binary patterns known as a state encoding. Often all 2n patterns are not required, so the unused ones should be designed not to occur during normal operation. An FSM with m state require at least log 2m state vector flip-flop. Then combinational next state logic. An FSM can only be in one state at any given time, and each active transition of the clock causes it to change from its current state to the next state, and it is defined by the next state logic. The next state is a function of FSM input and its current state. Then combinational output logic means the output are the function of current state and possibly FSM's primary input. Often in more FSM, we want to derive output from the next state instead of current state. Outputs are registered for faster clock to out timing. So the function of combinational labeled next state decoder is to decode the input from the outside world and present the state of the machine, and to generate as its output a code called next state code. Then this next state code will become a present state when the memory loads and storing. This process is defined as a state change or a change of state. So the state change is the continuous with each new state and present input conditions being decoded to form the new state code. Thus each new succeeding state is a function of the present input and the past history of this input. The combinational logic labeled as the output to the word code in converter has a basic function of decoding the present state of the machine and present input conditions for the purpose of generating the desired control output to the outside world. So the sequential properties are, the first property is the system must have some memory capability or memory element, and the second, the system must have at least one feedback path from the memory element to the system element. So FSM is a sequential circuit which has some practical bounds governing the number of different conditions, or we can say states, in which a sequential machine can be reset. So for example is microprocessor based system or computer is by the definition a sequential machine, but as it can reside in large number of state, for practical purpose the number of state is not finite, so it is not a finite state machine. A 4-bit binary counter is an example of finite state machine as it has a 16 possible states. Next point is classification of FSM or types of FSM. So for the most without output, there are three types: finite state with output, Mealy machine, and Moore machine. So for the most part these machine classes are self-explanatory. However, there are three classes worth mentioning. These classes are class A, B and C. The class A is, we can say, a Mealy machine named after G.H. Mealy, one of the pioneer of sequential circuit. The basic distinction of the Mealy machine is that the output to the outside world are function of the two sets of variable. Then class B and C are defined as a Moore machine name after the E.F. Moore, another pioneer in sequential circuit. So the basic distinction of the Moore machine is that its output is strictly a function of the state of machine. So we will see these three types of FSM in the next lecture. We will explain it in next lecture. The basic difference between the milli machine is that the output to the outside world are function of two states, that is present input condition, present state of the machine. So basic difference of Moore machine is that its output is strictly the function of state of the machine. So both Milli and Moore machines, these are widely used, and it is possible to derive the machines which are mixture of both.